About ready to go ahead and start. We don't have music today, Violet, so you can move on to the intro, baby girl.
Live from Waterloo's Public Access Studios, it's Miss Rocki and Chaveevah's North End Update Live, bringing you the good stuff from a North End perspective. We see the good, we share the good, and it's making us all look good. Today's guests are Corye Johnson, The Voice Project, and Marissa, I can't pronounce the last name.
Okay.
To talk about an exciting visit from Cornelius Minor with the 1619 Project. And now, you know what time it is.
Boom shakalaka! It's Friday. You've made it. We got Violet on the ones and twos, and she's doing a great job. Thank you, Violet, so much, our announcer. And we also have in the studio today Imani Doris, who's going to be sharing with the Give It Air subject when we get that far. Welcome to Friday. Chaveevah has the day off. I'm Rocki, and this is North End Update. We're so excited about our State of the City. If you haven't seen that video, you got to watch it. It's on our page. The State of the City is so amazing. And one thing I want to say to our studio audience, and you guys give me a round if I'm right, Mayor Hart has grown into that mayoralship position. And he is just representing us so well. And you know, when he first started, he didn't seem so confident, but now he's just so mayoral. I guess that's the only, can we give Mayor Hart a hand? He is making us shine. He put Waterloo on the map. I mean, you know, a lot of the city council, not to discredit any of the beautiful employees like he mentioned yesterday, but the city's doing well, and I was so happy to hear that. We've had some downfalls. Yeah, we lost 2 grocery stores on the east side, and John Deere is laying off, but overall, with all the stuff that's been going on, I'm just too excited. We were nominated and voted the Technology Community of the Year, so we got Crossroads. Anyway, this isn't the State of the city, but this is North End Update, and I'm just too excited. Chaveevah is taking some well-deserved time off, and I know that she's at home doing art. You're going to see a lot more art from Chaveevah coming up soon, but let me shout out to our very special frequent viewers, and they are Ryan Matterson, Karen Phillips, Linda Lockett, John Coffer, Eric Lillis, Heather Harrington, Becky Rosine, hey Becky, and Chris Jones. Thank you so much for watching today. If you're watching us live, hey, and if you're watching us on MediaCom on Friday afternoon or Saturday morning, hello, future. That's always fun to say because this show will be aired on MediaCom Channel 17 next Friday at 4 o'clock or Saturday morning at 10. So set your watches and clocks and DVRs, whatever you got to do. Today we're going to have a great talking point. It's going to be talking about the real luxuries in life. And there's the list right there. We'll talk to our guests about that. And then today, our Give It Air subject is going to be way cool. You're going to learn about Edmund Albius, and that will be coming up in our Give It Air segment as soon as we introduce our guests in just a little bit. And newsflash, birthday people. I know I used to go to church with Corey, but I don't know how his singing skills have improved. And with Marissa, I'm not sure about that. Are you soprano? What are you? Okay, they're like, leave it alone. They don't want to talk about it. Okay, we're going to be singing birthday people. You can count on that. All right, and we're going to go ahead and introduce our guests and talk to them about the Soul Town. So, with TV Magic, there they are. Thank you, Lori. Can we get them all in the shot? Yes. That's right. You and Lori are related. Yes, cousin. He's claiming you too, Lori. And welcome, Marissa. So
Thank
good
you.
to have you.
It's good to be here.
Yes, and Corye Johnson of The Voice Project. Welcome. Yes. Do we have comments, Violet?
Yes, ma'am. We have 2 comments. Our first comment is from Matthew Carpenter, who says, Happy Friday.
Oh, that Matthew. Happy Friday, Matthew. Keep cooking them good hash browns, flipping them pancakes. Have you been there to Carpenter's?
Yes, I took my daughters.
Awesome. They just have the best food. Have you?
I am not.
Girl, you got to go.
I will try it out.
Okay.
That's for sure.
And Miss Velveeta Robertson says, Happy Friday.
Velveeta. Oh, that's my sister. We go way, way back. You got friends like that?
Oh, yes.
When you first started adulting?
Yes.
And they just, and we'll always be sisters at heart. My first apartment, I don't know if it was hers, but thank you for watching, Velveeta. And we've gone through a lot of similar things in life. So, yeah, so today we're going to talk about the Soul Town. Have you heard about the Soul Town?
I have heard about this old town. Yes.
You have?
I
Okay,
have.
well, great. How about you? What
Yes.
happened to our camera, Lori? See, Lori, she might get fired. You think I should fire her? What do you think, cousin?
Nope.
Look,
I'm not
hey,
getting into
what?
that. I'm not getting into that.
I didn't touch the dang camera. Something wrong with the camera.
Oh, it's the camera's
I
fault.
was not near the camera.
Yes,
Okay?
yes,
All right.
thank you. And Violet's giving us the signal, our mics. We're doing some different things, including Chaveevah taking days off, which is really throwing me off. But The Soul Town is a virtual and a handheld magazine that highlights all the good stuff that you need to know. It's mostly black and brown communities. It is black and brown communities, and it talks about culture and different things that other people may not understand or know. So it's a good way to get familiarized with some of the culture, black culture, and different stories, advice columns, and stuff like that. So what do you like about the Soul Town, Corey? Do you subscribe?
I've not subscribed, but I do read the periodical. I was actually interviewed last year for the Father's Day issue. And so one of the things that I like about any magazine that has content is that you can see yourself in it.
Yes.
And Soul Town is definitely one, at least for the Cedar Valley and beyond. If you are a person of color, regardless of your generation affiliation, there's an opportunity for you to find yourself in that magazine.
Yes, that's right. And you can really see yourself. See that?
Right.
In the magazine. See, because that's a picture of us. I took it literal. You see what I did there? But anyway, get your copy, a virtual copy, at thesoultownmagazine.com, or you can pick it up at where? Do you know where to buy it?
I don't.
Earth's Beauty Supply, which is right on Franklin Street. You probably get a lot of hair products at Earth's because you got a lot of hair.
In my house, I do.
I bet your whole household, yes. Violet.
Okay, we have 2 comments. Our first one is from Chaveevah Banks Ferguson,
Hey, Chevy.
who says, "Hey everyone, happy Friday. Have a wonderful show."
Oh, thank you, Chaveevah. Yes, we miss you so much. You can't even tell. I mean, you can't imagine how much we miss her because I keep wanting to say, right, Chaveevah, and she's not here. So, but one thing that we're going to do is talk about our talking point. And today our talking point is brought to you by Locke Funeral Services, and it is the real luxuries in life. And Violet, can you just kind of run through those? What are the real luxuries in life as far as this thing is concerned?
Yes, ma'am. Time, health, a quiet mind, slow mornings, ability to travel, rest without guilt, a good night's sleep, calm and boring days, meaningful conversations, and now it's gone. Meaningful conversations, home-cooked meals, people you love, people who you love back. People who love you back.
That's right. Thank you, Violet. So, yeah, and which one of those resonate with you?
For me, it's a lot about the quality time and that rest. I'm finishing up my doctoral degree, so I'm
Oh,
really
my
trying to make sure I stay true to myself and taking care of me too.
Yeah, that's a real luxury.
Yes.
Do you have children, or are you?
I do. We
Okay.
have 5. So
Oh,
I have 2
my
bonus
goodness.
daughters, and I have 3 of my own with my husband. So
Yeah,
we
so
are busy.
you are busy, and
Yes.
that time alone is just
Yes.
so important.
Yes,
and
it is.
Makes you really want to cherish it, because you can savor it. Like they say, live in the moment.
100%.
Yes, well, good. How about you, Corey? Which one of those things on the list really hit home?
I think there's 2, not 1. The first 2, time and health. You really understand how precious time is when you don't have good health.
That's right.
And I think we take for granted that we'll always be in good health. And so that time factor of, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll push it for another time.
Yeah.
Health and time are 2 things that you have to, 1, recognize that they're finite. You don't have an infinite amount of it. But when you have good health and you sustain that, then your ability to enjoy the time you have is maximized.
That's so true. Yes, yeah. If you have good health, you basically have everything. I think you have everything within your power, basically, because you feel like you can move on. This year came through. And every season, I just thank God that I got to see another winter, and it looks like I might be able to see another spring, the way things are going. So you just don't want to take it for granted. I think we learned that very early in life. And if you don't, then you're not getting the real luxuries, because it is a luxury, to have time and health. I agree. Well, thank you. Please comment if you want to interject or add on to that subject. What do you think, Lori? Which one of those hit home with you?
I didn't really get
There they are. Time, health.
okay,
They're right
good.
there on the screen. You can see them.
time. What? Let me see.
Boring days. What about that one?
Oh, that's not good.
You don't like boring days?
No.
I love them.
I like calm days though.
Calm days.
So,
Home.
yeah, okay, calm and boring days is good.
Okay.
I think I'm with time too. Time is important.
Very.
Quality time. That's what I'm at.
Yes. You're going to have some of that tonight with the grandchildren, right? I know. Good for you.
I'm so excited.
All right. Well, and now our Give It Air. I think we're going to have Imani read our Give It Air. And this is okay. So what I want to talk about first is that we figured out that black slavery is and was American history. We agree. And the way black people survived and persevered is black history. So on that note, we also quote Nicole Hannah-Jones, who said, if the truth will not destroy us if we're truly a great nation. So go ahead on with the Give It Air. Here's a truth. This is a man that helped overcome it.
All right, so this Give It Air is brought to you by Gallagher Blue Dorn Performing Arts Center, and this is about Edmund Albius. Now, Edmund Albius was just a 12-year-old boy enslaved without formal education in 1841. However, he managed to develop a technique to pollinate vanilla orchids quickly and profitably, solving a problem that prominent botanists could not. Without his contribution, vanilla would not have achieved the popularity it has today. Albius was born in 1829 near Madagascar. In the 1820s, when French settlers brought vanilla capsules to Mexico, to the island of Reunion, they discovered that no insect from that region could pollinate the vanilla orchids, unlike in Mexico, where wild bees did the job. In the 1830s, Belgian botanist Charles Morton developed a pollination technique, but it took a lot of time and work. At age 12, Albius used leaves of grass or fine pieces of wood to lift the flower lid and fold the male part, allowing pollen to come in contact. Let me actually use my finger and lead this. Come in contact with the female part. Then, with the slight press of the thumb, the pollination was done effectively.
Wow.
This simple technique revolutionized the industry and transformed Reunion into one of the largest suppliers of vanilla in the world. Albius's contributions to science went unnoticed during this lifetime. But many years after his death, his work was recognized and celebrated as a significant breakthrough in the history of botany. To this day, the Albius technique is used in Madagascar, and the country stands out as the largest supplier of vanilla in the world.
Wow. I love it. Thank you so much for that. But just think, at 12 years old, you guys, he decided to try something new and made such a big difference,
Here's the thing about age. It doesn't actually matter. Your creativity is what you're given. There's a quote that says, your gift isn't the accomplishment, what you do with it is. He was given a gift to understand botany. Now, he may not have had the technical training for it, but if you've been raised around a person who gardens,
Right.
you have all this information that you just do because either you were voluntold or you found an interest in doing it.
Right.
So I think saying that his age is important because young people need to be inspired. Like, you
That's
can
right,
do
Corey.
something at any age. But don't let that be where you stop. I don't know whatever happened to this young man, if he went on to do other things that were forgotten.
Right.
But we never know.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the trial that so many African Americans had. Black people just didn't get the notoriety because you just move on and say it didn't even happen. So, what do you think about his ingenuity and how it made their country even the number one?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I work a lot with children, and something with the 1619 Freedom School that I'll talk a little bit about is I love that they try to feature not just the typical African Americans that you hear about, the
Right.
Rosa Parks and this. They go deeper and they learn about the people who were kind of forgotten about on those pieces. So I love to see when kids are inspired and they get to do something and stand up for themselves. And it's a lot of the work that I do is trying to help do that within kids and try to help teachers see that within their students in their classrooms. So I love that story and where he went with that and what he's doing with his work.
Great.
So.
Well, Marissa, that's a great segue because we were just going to start talking to you about your job with children and tell us a
Yes.
little bit about what you do and why you do it and,
Yeah.
and what's going on with 1619.
So I taught in the Waterloo School District for 11 and a half years. I worked at Carver, George Washington Carver Academy, and then I went to Irving Elementary, and I was a teacher there. I actually had the privilege of working with Corye's children and his wife as well. And so after working in the Waterloo School District, I then wanted to seek out a career at UNI, and I work in the Jacobson Center for Comprehensive Literacy within the College of Ed at UNI, and I'm a professional learning coordinator, so I can go into schools, provide professional development, or bring teachers to campus. I can make connections with authors and bring them to campus to provide professional learning, which is one of the projects that we're doing, what I'm here to talk about today.
Nice.
We have the opportunity to bring in best-selling author and a Brooklyn-based educator, Cornelius Minor.
Wow.
He has a book out there that's called We Got This, and that is the theme of our events that we are doing. So he is coming on January 21st, and he will be providing professional learning for any pre-service practicing teachers, any community that wants to attend. We're going to start with the play at the Gallagher Boudorn. We are partnering with the Gallagher Boudorn and Jennifer Onebo and their crew, and we're going to go to the play called The North End, all about John Parker. And then after the play, we are going to have the professional learning at the Mocker Union and provide a lunch there. So we have a QR code for people to sign up on. We have our Facebook page where you can get the link as well too. And then after the professional learning that evening, I've done a lot of work with Sharita at Sharita Stokes at the Freedom School, and I love the work that they do. So working with Gina Weekly, we decided the best place to host a community event for Cornelius Minor would to be at the 1619 Freedom School.
Oh.
So we are bringing Cornelius to the 1619 Freedom School, and it goes full circle because he's one of his close neighbors in Brooklyn is Nicole Hannah Jones.
Oh, wow.
So he's honored to be able to go
Sure.
see the 1619 Freedom School in action and take a tour and then serve the community as well.
That
So.
is such a great full circle. And you've been in that space, 1619. Oh, it's just such a great space.
It
It's kind of
is.
like a circle from what I remember. You know, you have the classroom setting, and then you can go back into this other big room. And it's just such a great space. And the kids, I just love the way that they're approaching learning, you know,
Yes.
by teaching kids things that they're interested in that they can identify
And their
with.
scores are growing within the schools too, and it's much
Yes.
needed. So
Yes.
yes, it's a job well done. It's a great program, and it is a beautiful space. So I hope the community comes out
And tell us the date and time
yeah,
and how
so
can people get
January
in?
1st. It'll be that evening, and it'll be from
February
6
1st.
no, January 21st.
Oh, 21st.
So,
I
yeah,
thought you said
21st. Sorry, in 2 weeks. So it'll be at the 1619 Freedom School, which is the Old Masonic Temple. I think it's 325 East Park Avenue, and it's from 6 to 7:30. We'll have a light meal, some sub sandwiches and cookies and drinks, and bring families, and people can come and enjoy to listen to Cornelius and some of his activities he's got planned.
Oh, wow. And what kind? I mean, I'm wondering what kind of activities? There's a play? Or what?
So the play is happening in the morning at 10 o'clock at
Okay.
Gallagher,
Okay.
and then we'll have the professional learning on campus at the Mock Reunion from 12 to 3:30, and then in the evening will be from 6 to 7:30, and that will be where Cornelius is bringing some different activities and events for him to do. So.
Good.
Yes.
So mark that on your calendar, January 21st,
Yes.
and Cornelius Minor will be there. Just such a great thing. I love the project. Jennifer Onigbo, we're so sorry to hear that
Yes.
she's leaving. We're going to have to kind of get used to that, but hopefully I have her in my phone, speed dial.
And she
so
gets to
she'll-
go love on her grandbabies. So
Yes.
it's
Oh,
good for her.
That's the best, because grandchildren
Yes.
are the best.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you so much,
Thank you.
Marissa. Now, Corey, talk to us about the Voice Project. You know, I asked your cousin.
Uh-oh.
She didn't know. So I'm like, okay, well, we're just going to hear all about the Voice Project. Tell us, what is it, Corey?
So the Voice Project is an umbrella part of my company. I do private practice, mental health services. So Monday, Wednesdays, in the evenings, I provide counseling, either in person or virtual, through Cedar Valley Medical Wellness.
Oh.
It is on the corner of Amesboro and San Martin, the Wolf Eye Clinic on the 3rd floor.
Oh.
And I do that on purpose because I want to make sure that professionals have an opportunity to have services. If I'm trying to do it during the day, I also have a full-time job at the VA. But if I was not there, a lot of people don't have services in the evenings, and so I offer that for that reason only. The weekends also provide us an opportunity to serve persons who want mental health services. I also
Is that any age group? Adults? Anybody? If I'm struggling and having a lot of anxiety about something, I can just call the Voice Project and make an appointment for the evening to have some counseling? How does that work? I mean, I just want to know, how does it work?
Well, I'm laughing because you won't call my company. You will call Cedar Valley Medical Wellness.
Okay, see?
The reason why I also laugh is because most of the time, let's say probably the second week in December, most of my year was available. By the last week in December, you can't get to me until like March.
Oh, so you're booked up that far.
It happens quickly.
Yeah.
One of the things that happens when persons first come into therapy is a high level of anxiety. People have misperceptions about what that looks like. So what we're doing right now is what people would feel. A lot of people who come into the office, when I ask them after we're finished with the initial assessment, which is a biopsychosocial, that I get background information. What is bringing you to therapy? How long has it been happening? And then how is it impacting you? And the last question is, what goals do you have that you want to accomplish while you're here? Once all that is taken into account, the last question I ask them is, how was it? Because most of the time they're so anxious when they come in.
Yeah.
By the time they leave, it is about, oh, Corey, you just create this very calming space.
You do too. It's ridiculous. You know, Lori,
Why is it
I was in church with him. He used to mediate these meetings that were like, everybody was so angry, but Corey would get to him to talk, and then everybody would just, calm down. So you do, that's a gift, like you mentioned before. I think that's a God-given gift you have.
I think there's an opportunity in which if people want to be in a better space and people hold space for that, they'll enter into it willfully. But you have to give them a reason to do that. And most of the time, it's not about me per se. It is about the reflection that I hold up to them where they want to see their better self. I can show that to them. And that's what attracts them back to that space. It's that they actually see themselves the one that they want to be as opposed to who they are right now. And I think most of us, if we're given that opportunity, we want to walk into that.
Yeah, well, that's very true. And like Maya Angelou said, I think it's kind of ties in is that you don't remember what people did or what they said, but how you made them feel. And you show them that better picture of themselves, and then they want to, feel that again. So, yeah, that's great. I love it. And so you tell people how they can get a hold of you, even though it may be down the road because they can't book now. How does a person reach out to?
It would still be Cedar Valley Medical Wellness.
Okay.
You can find them online. It's under the umbrella of Cedar Valley Medical Specialists, and so it's a
sure.
so they have offices all over the Cedar Valley. If you have a provider, a mental health, a primary care provider, and you want services, you would just ask, hey, this person's in our network, can I go see this person? The other part about that, under that umbrella of the Voice Project, is I do a Black men's group the last Saturday of the month. And I don't necessarily tell people where that is because I don't want to be inundated with too many people.
Right.
It is growing, and the reason why I wanted to have that space is because Black men don't really have a space to talk.
Okay.
And for us to see each other as supportive. We constantly are pitted against each other. There's a lot of negativity around just being Black and male, and so we can change those stereotypes. It's intergenerational. It is by invitation only because I want to make sure that we grow this intentionally. And so our next meeting is on the 25th. I'm excited about what we're doing in the new year. There's a couple of different plans that are pretty major that when we offer people into this space, hopefully what you'll see in the fall will be something that's pretty amazing.
Awesome. Well, great. Well, Corey, I'm so glad to hear that you're doing the work and it's something that you love. And you know, that's, I think, what everybody, I think the best advice is find something you love to do and find a way to get paid for it. You did it, right? Because when you started, I watched you grow up and you started out doing other things and you've evolved into this amazing man that's doing so much work for Black men in general, which I really love because, like you said, it's much needed and under this huge umbrella of lots of other things that you do. So thank you so much for coming to our show today and being.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, it's always great to hang out with you. And how's Miss Remy doing? I got to find out, what is she doing now? I know you got, how old is she?
Remy is 2.
2? Oh, those terrible 2s, about the same as Nova, I think.
Yeah, everything is hers at this point.
Okay.
So anything that she points to, mine. And
right.
Like, it's not really.
Not really.
But she's growing in leaps and bounds. Her sisters are great models for her in the absence of her mom. So I'm appreciative of all the people who continue to pour into her.
Yes, yes. And just so you know, we are so trying to get India's Friday runway back. And I know your girls have told me they're too busy, but I have to keep checking in to see. But don't be surprised if we have India's name and we get somebody. There's nobody that could be as dedicated as she was, but we really want to see that go forward in her name. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. And I think now we got a couple more things to say. Any more comments over there, Violet?
I was just about to say that we have one more comment.
One more comment. All right.
This one is from Shirley J. Houghton.
Yes.
Who says, hello, beautiful people.
All right. And did you know that while we're singing the birthday song, I want Diane and Violet to please look in our comments, because the first 2 people that commented on North End Update and Rocki and Chaveevah pages are going to win a $5 off coupon from Rodney's Kitchen. So if you have done that, then congratulations in advance, and we're going to find out who you are before we close out. All right, so we got the best birthday people, Chaveevah, and you're not even here. How crazy is that, right? Is this my first time doing the show without Chaveevah, and believe me, you are missed. Clara Ross is having a party tomorrow, right? Yeah. Happy birthday, Clara. Jenny Davis, Rosine, my homegirl. Bishop Helen Seenster, it's her birthday this week. Vicki Brown, Ken Wadlington, Edward Mead, hey, Deuce Entertainment, Edward Mead. And here, do you know how to say that word?
I do
that
not.
That name? You want to shoot? Go,
I don't.
You don't want to try?
No, I don't.
See, that's Chaveevah. She would have known just how to say it. You want to try it? Ask her, right? Nope. See, I know Chaveevah's at home saying it right now. But anyway, Yaduith Yezero. Happy birthday. That's going to do it for me.
Please provide some grace because that name is amazing. I don't know.
It's a beautiful name.
It is.
It is. I just wish can you pronounce it? We want to say it right because you're an important birthday person.
Yehudith Yerizio.
All right.
Right.
Okay,
Oh.
so Yehudith Yisrael.
Okay, yeah, Udith Yisrael. That's it, too. Beautiful name. All right, Radonna Parker, Daryl Taylor, we know him, and Charity Nebby, our friend. Tracy Tolles, we know her. She's having a party, too, I think. And my beautifully handsome nephew, Daquan Oliver.
All right.
And do you know the Stevie Wonder version? And you said you're, soprano?
I went to
Tenor?
soprano.
Well, you want to go bass today? No.
Maybe not that low.
Okay. All right. I'm sure you would agree. It would fit more perfectly than to have a world party on the day you came to be. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to Corey. Sounds good.
Happy birthday.
You don't sound too good.
birthday
I know you do. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Yay! Birthday, people. Well, thank you so much. You did sound good. I was
thank
teasing you when I
You're
said
good.
you really didn't sound good. But compared to Lori, who was over there hollering, you sounded real good. Diane was even bringing. I know you do, and you guys wasn't holding up your part. You got a whole microphone over there. Agnes ain't doing nothing back in the control room. Shout out to Agnes, who's back there making us all look good. All right, as a seasoned woman and a queenager, see, I've learned a few things. And I wonder what she wrote for me to learn today. I've learned to stop worrying about what others think of me and focus on what makes me happy and at peace. Yes, because what other people think of you is none of your business, right?
I totally agree.
I love it. Well, thank you. We got some great guests coming up on our show next week, and Chaveevah will be back next week. So keep doing more stuff that makes you awesome, like Marissa and like Corey, because it makes us all look good. See you next time.